her call to serve and lead. I have known Sarah since the first day she came to our church as a middle schooler, and I remember that day so well. That year, our focus in middle school was on the Bible. That is to say, we spent 15 minutes each Sunday on a Bible story, considering the message from a Unitarian Universalist perspective. Then each week we moved on to games and hijinks, and to be absolutely honest, most of the kids were there for the community and the hijinks and not the theology. But Sarah, that first day, her eyes lit up. She was here for the theology. She was ready to talk and to debate. I wish I could say I looked at her and said, whoa, we've got a future Unitarian Universalist minister here. But I didn't know that. But what I did say was, wow, I hope she stays. And she did stay for the theology, the community, and the hijinks. And now we are here, ready to vote.
Thank you, Marion. Something egregious happened with the Zoom, and that is getting straightened out. And we are going to move ahead with this in the sanctuary. And then we will catch the Zoom people up. And, just about the time you think we have the pandemic under control, then you get these awful people on Zoom. There's just so no end to it, really. Okay, so I want to real quickly go over here's what we're going to do for the vote today. The board members are going to do the counting, and if you are a member and you, when we call for yes or no, raise your hand. The board members will count that and total that. And if you're voting a proxy, you get to raise both hands. And so this is on the honor system today, because we wouldn't be here if we weren't honorable, would we? All right. All right. Joe and Becky, would you come forward to read the motion and second the motion? No, you get to be here while you do that, but then we're going to ask you to leave when we vote. You get to see what the motion is, Sarah, to make sure that we did it correctly. All right. And if you need to change anything, there's still time.
I move that the congregation of the Community Church of Chapel Hill, Unitarian Universalist, ordain Sarah Gush as Unitarian Universalist minister.
I second the motion.
Selden, would you please escort our lovely Sarah to the Kirby room, and we will come and get you? Is there any discussion? All right. Then, Andrew, would you call the question has been called. Will all those in favor of voting, in favor of ordaining Sarah Gush, raise their hand, raise both hands if you're voting a proxy. Thank you, Glenn. Thank you. Would all those who are opposed to the community church ordaining Sarah Goosh please raise your hand? All right. Then the Community Church of Chapel Hill Unitarian Universalist has ordained Sarah Goosh. Heather, would you go pick them up from the Kirby room? Thank you. And the minute I see him head through the back door, we can all go crazy and stand and applaud and be silly and ridiculous. Yes, Marion. Thank you. We have voted to ordain. This service will be a huge, big ceremony with all kinds of regalia and speakers and all when Tom returns. So Sarah will be coming. Sarah and Tom will plan the ordination together, and she has asked Tom to help her with that. How clever, a ceremony. That's wonderful. Kate, you it is, Sarah, I am pleased to tell you that without reservation, unanimously and with full consensus, the congregation of the Community Church of Chapel Hill Unitarian Universalist has voted to ordain you as a UU minister. And we look forward to a big hoo-ha kind of celebration as when Tom gets back and the two of you get that plan. Do you have some remarks that you would like to share with us?
Sure. When a candidate for ministry sees the Ministerial Fellowship Committee, we preach. You have 10 minutes, you light a chalice, you preach, and then they ask you a lot of really personal questions. And in the end, they deliberate and they give you recommendations and they tell you whether or not you have passed and been welcomed into fellowship. The sermon that I preached in early December was about you. It was about this community. This church, this community saved my life. You all have made me into the person and the minister that I am today. I was encouraged and nurtured and treated like a grown-up here. That I had something profound to say. I learned that there is a group of people who is always cheering me on, who is always going to advocate for me. My only hope is that that spirit, that joyful, loving community never dies. And each and every one of you has shaped me and has shaped the future of Unitarian Universalism in so many ways without even realizing it. I want the bottom of my heart for being my home and for being my people. And I am so grateful to you all. And I am so excited. You will be the ones giving me this gift. And please make sure you sign up to be a special buddy. Thank you.
And I would be remiss if I did not remind you that we're pretty soon going to be kicking off the pledge drive. And if you wonder what this church does and how important it is that we do that and continue that, remember what Sarah has said to us today. Now, Heather, would you come up and read us out, and Glenn will extinguish the chalice. Thank you all for being here today, for making a special day for Sarah. And Sarah, thank you for the gift of allowing us to do.
We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.